Hey, thanks for coming by my site, Tori Magoo 44. Before I get going, I want to ask you guys to please pass on my YouTube site, Tori Magoo 44, to your friends and have them subscribe. Because the more people that subscribe, the more people learn about it. The more people that learn about it, the less they're going to get roped into the Church of Scientology. So will you do that for me? Because my subscriptions are sort of going down, but the views are going up. So I'm happy the views are going up, but I'd like to have the subscriptions continue to go up. I think that's a very good idea. So if you can, do it. So this is about Scientology and psychiatry and Scientologists being know-it-alls. It's kind of a funny story. I was at Weight Watchers tonight. I go every Thursday night. And someone I've become friends with said, let's go out to dinner. So I said, okay, cool. So we go out, we go out to dinner. Her husband had already seen some of my videos, so he was familiar with them. And I'm going to put in a little clause here, Scientology. I know sometimes you screw with people. I'm just going to tell you this. These are not good people for you to screw around with. They have very good connections. They're very good people, and they have very good connections. And I'm just giving you a pre-warning. I know you guys. I know what you do. And believe me, it's going to be good for us if you do, but not good for you. Okay, so we're at dinner, and we're talking about what? Scientology, all the different things. They had different questions. I'm answering them. We get into CCHR, Citizens Commission on Human Rights. And I happen to go into the basic of it. This is my own opinion on it, but I think it's pretty true. In 1950, L. Ron Hubbard wrote the book Dianetics. The key people that were real masters of the mind at that time were psychiatrists. They were the one group of people that could say, this is a bunch of hogwash, and you ripped off part of our stuff, right? So Hubbard started attacking psychiatry. This is my theory on it. He kept attacking him, and now it's into this full-blown, no one even thinks about that it had to do anything to do with that. It has to do with too many people are on psychiatric drugs. Well, okay, that's their opinion, and to some degree there probably are too many people that are on psychiatric drugs. But there are some people that definitely need psychiatric drugs. And Scientologists in general, and for the most part, are not medically trained. I know from being in Scientology for 30 years, and Scientologists running their viewpoints on what I should do with epilepsy, and they trying to rope that into a psychiatric drug, which it is not. It's a medical drug to treat a medical condition. So it really ticks me off when people get into this. So we're talking about it, and who chimes in? Some girl that's sitting next to us in this little tiny restaurant going, oh, well, blah-de-blah-de-blah about psychiatry. There are too many kids that are on drugs. And the lady I'm talking to who works with various different people knows quite a bit about Ritalin and different things like that. And herself, turns out, had taken it, and her son, and it saved their lives for her, said, pardon me? I mean, she was amazed. And I told her this kind of stuff happens, but it's sort of like no one's going to believe it until it happens. And when it happens, you go, oh my God, did this lady really say that? And so I go, you're a Scientologist, aren't you? And she goes, uh-huh. And I said, right. And I was a Scientologist for 30 years. And I want to tell you, your church ran their medical insanities on me for 30 years. And so no, don't start telling me that psychiatry is all bad. It's like you're not a medically trained person. And she's like, well, blah, 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 blah. It was sort of like attack. And I just kept going back to, have you looked at both sides? Do you know that all L. Ron Hubbard's original staff are out of Scientology? Do you know that all the original L's auditors are out of Scientology? Do you know that the top executives have left Scientology? Have you looked at this at all? And she was like, why would I bother with that? And I said, there's the answer to why we left. Because you can't look at both sides. And she said, oh, I can think for myself. And I said, no, I'm sorry. I know that routine. You think you can think for both sides. But if you could look at both sides and weigh and balance them. If you were a good group, you could. Why is it that Scientologists feel like they have to know everything? You don't know everything, Scientologists, and as long as you act like that, these people were outraged. They really were. And don't try to go over and clean it up with them. And don't try to fix it and black PR me. They are way too educated on what you do. Okay? I mean way too educated. Have friends in the wrong places for you. Okay? So it's like, it's ridiculous. I mean, it was just unbelievable that this chick would just chime in and start arguing with us about what was right and what was wrong. And no, I don't have to look at both sides. I'm not interested in that. It's like, really? So it was an adventurous night. I loved having dinner with them. It's always fun to meet new people. And we're going to have more dinners. And Osa, if you do want to come over, please do. You know, let's get together. Let's have a party. These people would love to talk to you and hear your side too, with me. Now, there you go. There's an offer. They said, because I said to her, why don't you come over and sit with us and talk? You know, I'm willing to talk to you. I don't have a problem with it. You're the guys who have the problem with it. So, as long as you have the problem with it, you're not free. Period. No, nothing else has to be said. And I just kept saying that to her. As long as you won't look at both sides, it doesn't matter. She kept saying, well, what about all the good things that we do? I said, it doesn't really matter. If you can't look at both sides and learn both sides of what's gone down and learn why the vast majority of your church is out of your church, then it doesn't matter. All the BS and fluff that can blow up your ass, it doesn't matter. Because that's all it is. And David Miscavige, I've told you this for 12 years now almost. You can run, baby, but you cannot hide. Tick-tock, tick-tock, time is on our side. All right, peace out, you guys. I love you. Please keep spreading around Tori Magoo 44 and get more subscriptions so they're going up, not down. Thank you. Ciao.